a deceptively beautiful day today. It's clear, it's sunny, it's bright. The only problem is it's only 14 degrees. And so it's hard to say it's truly a beautiful day. But I guess it depends on your frame of mind or your point of view. As Obi-Wan Kenobi would say, well, it is true in a certain point of view. Hey everybody, Mungo Dark Matter here, and welcome to day 14 of 24 days, where I vlog for 24 days, or vlog each day for 24 days, basically. At any rate, I thought I would do a review on Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I've watched it twice already. It's been out for about 3 weeks. I watched it the first day it came out, and I watched it a couple weeks later in the morning. I try to go to shows where I don't think there are going to be a lot of people dressed up like Jar Jar Binks and Ewoks and what do you call those things? Wookiees, whatever. I kind of imagine, and I could be wrong, and I possibly am wrong, that going to a Star Wars movie at the wrong time in the wrong crowd is going to be like the Rocky Picture horror show where everybody's dressed up like character and they're throwing toast at the screen on cue. Just really don't want to experience that, to tell you the truth. But that hasn't been the case in any of the two viewings I went to. At any rate, I thought Star Wars: The Last Jedi was a great movie. If you've never watched a Star Wars movie before, I think you would enjoy this movie, even if you don't understand everything about what's going on or the background. If you like Star Wars, I would think you would enjoy it, but I understand some people were complaining about it. Some people didn't like it the first time they saw it, liked it the second time more when they saw it, and maybe really liked it the third time. I don't know. I think I can tell you what the problem is. The problem is people are like so into the story now and what is going on that if it doesn't go the way exactly they plan or had heard about, or by some of the theories or by their favorite theory, they get all upset. And they want basically the movie to go the way they would write it, but they're not writing the movie. And really, when we enjoy a movie, it's not because we wrote it. We enjoy it just because we enjoyed the action in it. We enjoyed the dialogue, the acting, the filming, and all that stuff in it. And the acting is excellent in this movie. The special effects are excellent. It's action-packed. There are a few things that I'd have to go, gee, could we have done that a little different, or could we have cut it out? But those are really kind of nitpicky things, I think. So what are some of the big things that I didn't like in the movie? Well, I didn't like, and once again, if you haven't watched the movie yet, get out. Don't watch this video. Don't watch some other video on it. Just go out and watch the movie, for heaven's sakes. All right, the number one thing I didn't like about the movie, it might be the main thing I don't like, is when the bridge of the battleship blew up and Princess Leia got sucked out into space, and she used the Force to pull herself back onto the bridge and go in through the airlock, even though there's like no air in space, and in fact there's no pressure in space, so that you would start like bleeding through your pores. You know, like one of those fish that you bring up from the deep sea and they explode when they get to the top of the surface. That sort of thing. Yeah. Well, I have to say, I found the special effects on that a little bit stupid. It looked like a Monty Python animation from the 70s, where they have the little cutout things and they move really kind of weird. I don't think I would cut that scene necessarily. I would have done the special effects of how she got in there to be a little more realistic. I can accept the fact that she used the Force to save herself, and that she didn't explode like a deep sea fish when she was out where there was no pressure, and that she didn't suffocate instantly, and even though she was really knocked out by the explosion. And I can even accept she wasn't blown up in the explosion, which knocked the bridge apart. But just she looked kind of weird flying back into the ship. That's all I'm saying. All right, so that's like the main probably complaint that I have. The second complaint that I have is the general, and I don't remember her name. She's not an original character. Why should I bother to remember her name? The woman who took over while Princess Leia was in like sick bay or whatever they call it, recovering, looked like she was in an evening dress. I don't think in general should be wearing an evening dress. Just my opinion. So I don't like her costume, and that's not her fault. And was it my imagination, or did she have like purple hair, or purple tinted hair at one point, or maybe that was the lighting? That's what I thought. I don't really care for that much either. Now, the fact that we don't know who Snoke is yet kind of bothered me at the time, the first time I saw it, but now I realize they're going to go into the 9th movie who Snoke is. But what did kind of bother me a little bit, although I thought it was a really cool way that he got killed, that's pretty much the only way he could have probably killed somebody like Snoke, because, I mean, he could throw Kylo Ren around like a sack of potatoes with his force pushes, so I don't see them having a lightsaber fight, if you know what I mean. So it was kind of cool that Kylo Ren actually, once again, here's a spoiler alert, Kylo Ren took Anakin Skywalker's old lightsaber that was sitting on the arm of Snoke's chair and turned it and killed Snoke. Now I thought then, like when he was, when he ignited it and it went through him, that Snoke was going to get up. It looked to me like, okay, I am all powerful. Just putting a lightsaber through me is not going to kill me. And he just toppled over, and that was it. I mean, he was cut in half apparently. So that was I thought it was a cool way for him to go, but I thought maybe that should have happened in the 3rd movie, or not the 3rd movie, Episode 9 or whatever. Not in Episode 8, because we wanted to find out who Snoke was. He ain't going to tell us now. He's dead. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Anyway, that was kind of a little bit of a letdown, but I'll get over that, because I'm not really sure that Snoke is dead. And why do I say this? Because look, Luke Skywalker projected himself across the galaxy to another planet and had a lightsaber fight, or what appeared to be a lightsaber fight initially, with Kylo Ren. So if Luke Skywalker can do that, why can't Snoke do that? So maybe that was just a projection of him, and he made it look like he lost on purpose, because he was trying to bring out the dark side out of Kylo Ren. And so he was trying to use his anger to really make him more powerful, in other words. So, and he figured, you know what, if I'm just pretty nasty to Kylo Ren, he's going to start to hate me, he's going to be angry, and then I'll just use that to make him even more powerful. Now, how he's going to show back up again as a supreme leader in the next one, I don't know. Maybe he is dead. Or maybe he shows up as an evil Force ghost, which we've never seen an evil Force ghost before. Hard to say. Like I said, I'm not really sure if Snoke is dead or if he can come back somehow or whatever. But you've got to take that with a grain of salt, because when I was watching Episode 8, The Force Awakens, and Kylo Ren stabbed his father, Han Solo, with his lightsaber, I thought, maybe he won't die. You can get stabbed by a sword or something and you can live. I mean, it's not good, but if you stop him from bleeding. And as I'm thinking this, he falls off that catwalk, which it's like I'm reaching for him, trying to pull him back on with the Force. It's kind of like when you knock a cup off of a shelf and you reach for it to try to catch it or stop it from falling. It was that type of thing. But he was over the edge of that catwalk falling down, and I was still thinking, well, if he lands right or something, he might be okay. Somebody could get him. And then I saw how deep that was, and I realized it was down into like a reactor core or something. So unless he comes back as like Lex Luthor Solo and radioactive or something, or it ain't happening. He's gone. Han Solo's gone. Elvis is gone. Han Solo's gone. Jim Morrison's gone. They're all gone. All right? I'm not that sure about Elvis and Jim Morrison, but I'm absolutely sure that Han Solo is gone. Although, what's his name? What was it? Darth Maul was cut in half and fell down one of those things, and he survived. So, maybe Han Solo did survive. But I'm kind of doubting that, too, because the planet blew up, okay? With Darth Maul, there was time for somebody, a janitor or whatever, to come by and find him and help him. Han Solo, there was a limited amount of time. So even if you were down there looking for him, you wouldn't even have enough time before that planet just blew up, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so other than those few things that I went far too much into, I enjoyed the movie. I thought the action was great. I thought the acting was great. I think the guy who plays Kylo Ren, who's Adam Driver, that's the name of the actor, I think he does a great job playing Kylo Ren. I also think what turned Kylo Ren to the dark side of the Force, or one of the things that was the final thing that pushed him over, was Luke Skywalker, his uncle, trying to kill him in his sleep. And at that point, he was like a teenager. So, I mean, I think that's going to make someone a little bit bitter. And a friend of mine was going, well, gee, Kylo Ren was really evil. He kept on trying to kill Luke Skywalker. It's like, the man tried to kill him in his sleep. Do you understand that? Of course he's mad at him. I'm not sure that Kylo Ren has turned totally to the dark side. I think he's still being pulled to the light side, which is kind of almost the opposite of Darth Vader. He was kind of on the light side and more being pulled over to the dark side. All right, so that's my review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. And kind of my ramblings about Star Wars. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the vlog for today. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. You gotta look serious. May the Force be with you. See that's very Star Wars-ish. For some reason, people on these planets have British accents. Not all of them, but many of them. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.